If you're wondering whether now is a good time to invest in property, the answer really isn't as simple as a yes or a no. You see, 2020 has put us into an environment where none of us are really used to. That means there needs to be some extra thought and considerations before you take that step. Hi everyone, I'm Emma Allen, and I'm the Director of Active Property Investing. When the pandemic first hit Australia and we went into a lockdown, it meant the activity around buying and selling property was restricted. Despite the healthy level of activity we had going into the pandemic, that restriction meant that fewer purchases and sales could actually take place. Without that activity, it meant that property prices could neither fall nor rise. So the property market was in an induced coma and it just flatlined. We got to a point and those restrictions were lifted, and gradually we started to see a return to market activity. With a few government incentives, record low interest rates to make it easy to access finance, the property market's been given a relative little boost. However, there are so many different segments within the greater Australian property market. Each city has so many different suburbs, and there are also different types of properties. Segments are performing well, whilst others may be struggling. What the pandemic has done is it's actually highlighted the segments of the market that are more vulnerable than others. This is really important information for us as investors, especially if we're about to take that very first step into property investing or buying your first home in 2020. So the question actually becomes, is it a good time to invest for me? Because the property market will always be evolving and changing, and often there are lots of different opinions, conflicting opinions, as to whether now is a good time to buy or not. But the question about is it a good time to buy for me means that you get a chance to analyze your individual situation, because all our situations have also changed as well, and to really take a look at what type of property and what type of investment will work in your situation. That is just as important as what the market is doing. So join us for our upcoming webinar, where our team will be able to share some of the key things that you need to think about as you prepare for an investment. We'll talk about things like deposits as well, and how to make the most of what you have. And our research team will share some insights into an area that's thriving in this kind of environment. So it means that this extra information and education can start to paint a clearer picture on what you need to do to take a step to successfully get a foot on that property ladder in 2020. So make the most of opportunities, because they're there. It's just a matter of finding them.